my fanny pack.
Video. Oh,
What's
fanny
this
pack.
say? Oh my God, you didn't charge this?
Yeah, it's not that. Don't worry about that. Just come on. It's sitting on the network connection.
Is it playing?
Not that one, but this one is. Don't worry about that one.
Oh my.
I don't know. It's something with
With the connection?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're live on this one.
Hello, live on this
So
one.
which one is this one? This is the
John and Renee.
John Renee?
Mm-hmm.
My fanny pack.
Oh, fanny pack.
Jazzy Mo, Sharis.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
y'all. Sharonda Winfield. Hey, girl. Hey, y'all. Jazz and Sharice say hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the party.
Hi,
Hello.
Tracy Patterson Fisher. Hi, Ladybug.
Hello. We'll see if this one decides to act right because for those that are on the Voice is Not an Option page, we apologize, but there's some kind of connection issue within the vicinity, so it went out at the very beginning of the video, and now it's saying it's back on. So we'll see how things go.
Trey up here, hello.
Yeah, I see you. So as you guys can hear in the background, the song that's playing today.
Got a fanny pack on. It's all in the way.
Oh, fanny pack. As you guys can hear, the song that's playing in the background today is Eric Benet and Tamia, Spend My Life With You.
I love you. Thank y'all.
Thank you. I got on regular blue jeans, but I appreciate it. Guys, we're gonna give it just another quick moment, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Let me see who this is. Salam, hey girl.
Lord,
Mommy, hello.
I forgot my
Brenda
glasses
Bennett.
again. Ain't that about it?
You forgot your glasses? Just get them.
Well, ain't that? Look, she over here. She want me so I can see y'all. Let me see y'all.
Just get them. I'm here to take this fanny pack off. It's in the way. It's in the way.
But like I said, Eric Benet and Tamia, Spend My Life With You. It's a beautiful song. Make sure if you guys get an opportunity to and you haven't, make sure you listen to that song in its entirety. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Thank you guys for tuning in for yet another segment of Deneo with John and Renee.
I love you.
Okay, simmer down now, simmer down, simmer down. Thank you for tuning in for another segment of Deneo with John and Renee. As always, it's your boy John. And this here, of course, is the ever so beautiful, Renee, my lovely wife. Today's segment is Marital Purpose. And this is actually a pretty serious subject. So I know I like to joke around and play around a lot. I might still do that a little bit. But anyways, this is a very serious subject, and we're hoping that you guys take something from this segment. As always, I'm going to let my beautiful wife here go first. Sweetheart, the floor is yours.
Yes, I'm going first. Of course, I'm the appetizer. Mm-hmm. And then you get the full course last, that holds you to the next week. I just started off, y'all.
Full course with
Marital purpose. Marital purpose. Question. What is your purpose for singles in wanting to be married, wanting a mate? And for those that are married, what is your purpose? What was the purpose in you getting married? As a matter of fact, those that are connected right now, do me a favor. Connectors, do me a favor. Write in the comment section, being honest, your purpose in wanting a mate and or your purpose, depending on if you're already married, your purpose in why you have that mate. Write that in the comment section for me, please. And being honest, what's your reason for wanting a mate? Even if you're already married, what's your reason for wanting a mate? What's your reason for wanting he or she, that mate? There should be a purpose, of course, as to why you either want to get married or why you are already married. Mm-hmm. So if you will write that in the comment section for me, your purpose, if at all possible. I can tell you this. If your purpose was an outward appearance, he looks good, he drives a nice car, he has money, things of that nature.
You're just running me down. You're running me down.
Wait till I get to my part about the story.
I said it.
No, but you're fine, though. I love you. You know, so if it's outward appearance because you're with someone or you want someone, just keep it real. You know, we're down to earth. We're going to give you our life stories, and we're an open book. That's dead. So if you're doing it for an outward appearance, it's dead. And as far as that's concerned, but there should be a purpose. Write your purpose down in the comment section for me. Please do that for me. I can give you a little snippet. Let me give you some snippets. I'll try not to be long. The first snippet that I'm going to give you as far as my husband and I are concerned. First of all, I wanted a thug. I was with these wanted thugs. This was my view of a man. A thug, of course, and he had to have the money. He had to have the car and you know, and things like that. I always wanted guys that didn't mean that I shouldn't have been with, per se. And of course, my mom didn't agree with not one of them.
She's up here right now, so
yeah, my mom is up here, so she can vouch for us. She didn't agree with not a man that I was with. Trust and believe. Until now, of course. So that was my view of a man, being out there. One of the stories that I can give you a story as far as my husband and I are concerned, why I know that, what my purpose was or is actually as far as being with my husband. Let me tell you how God works, if I would say. First off, when we met, we were working in Walmart overnight. 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. Mm-hmm. We were working at Walmart overnight. When I first got there, they were like, you don't want to work here. It's like a club and things like that. But it is what you make it. And so they said, watch people because everybody sleep with everybody. And the only person that's been here is John that hasn't slept with anybody. So I wanted to know who this John was. I didn't go pursue. But I was like, who is John? And so John. We were working overnight at Walmart. So I would go and speak to everybody, showing Christ. And I ended up on his aisle. I was working in HBA over by the clothes and the beauty products. He worked in the grocery section. And I walked down his aisle and I looked up at him and I said, your nose is running. Now keep in mind, if I see a man, a grown man with his nose running, usually I'm out. I call Nick, my sister, or somebody, look, I just saw this man, da-da-da-da-da.
That's cold-blooded, John. Cold-blooded.
But for some reason, when I told him, I said, your nose is running, he said, thank you. And he walked off to go wipe his nose. And I stood right there. That was one flag up. I stood there. He came back and he just started laughing and everything. We communicated and I went on about my business. The second story, and there's some more to it, but I'm going to try to make them short. The second story, once everybody, got to know me or however, he didn't know me from a can of paint, actually. And he was over in the grocery section, and I heard over the loudspeaker or PA, whichever you want to call it, I was being paged. It said, Renee and HBA, please dial, and whatever it was, I'll say 369. Renee and HBA, please dial extension 369. Renee and HBA, please dial extension 369. I was like, who in the world? Let me take the gum out. I'm sorry. And so I went over and I dialed 369 and he was on the phone and I said, hello, this is Renee. He said, hi, can you do me a favor? Can you pray for me? And I said, okay, he don't even know me. But of course, I prayed immediately for him. One of his bosses had, got him upset or however, and I ended up praying for him. And I was like, who is this guy? The third scenario, before we got married, he wanted to take our mothers out. Of course, my dad was here. I'm in Texas, and my dad was here, which I got to meet him for the first time in, I'm 27 years old now? In 27 years, my first time I got a chance to hug my dad and talk to him. He's here in Texas. So we were in Virginia and on our way back now. And we were in Virginia. So he said we need to take, our moms out too, so that I can ask for for your hand in marriage. So we took my mom out to, I think it was Golden Corral. We were sitting there And he said, after we ate, he said, well, my purpose in bringing you here is because I would like to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. My mom asked him and said, well, let me ask you a question. What happens if you have to take her teeth out? Or what if she has to take her teeth out when she gets older? Or what happens if she has to take her wig off and put it on the shelf? That was during a time where people, it was not a good thing wearing a wig. Now everybody wearing it. What if she has to put her wig up there on the shelf? She also asked him what happens when her skin start getting wrinkled up and however. And so he said, looks fade, but a good heart lasts forever. And my mom told him, don't bring her back to me. So he had her blessing to marry me. Mm-hmm. So those are 3 things that were kind of, as far as he was concerned, that was different from the men that I thought and I should have been with. Mm-hmm. And right now I know our purpose, one of the purposes we're doing right now together, trying to make sure marriages are stay, because we really have a heart for marriages. Again, if you don't mind, please write, those that are just coming on, in the comment section, your purpose in wanting a mate, or if you're already married, your purpose in wanting that mate. What is your purpose for your mate? If you will write it in the comment sections, I'd appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And I guess I'll go ahead and end it now. If you're already married, make sure you love that person, communicate with them, and set goals. Make sure you reach them, and find a vision for your home. Mm-hmm. Marriage is serious. Marriage takes work every single day. Selfless work.
I go to
every
work.
Day, and it also takes 2.
Just like a doctor.
Back to you, baby.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I love you.
I love you. You are a hot mess. Anyway, you go.
She was just talking about marriages and the purpose or why it is that you wanted to be married. One of the things that I'm going to touch on real quick. First of all, marriage is beautiful. Marriage is a wonderful thing, as long as you wait for God, or as long as you wait for that right one to come along. Because when you do wait for that right one to come along, they compliment you. Don't get me wrong, I ain't saying everything is peaches and cream,
Man.
It might be strawberries and cream or blueberries and cream, but it may not all be peaches and cream, but marriage, like she said, marriage takes work. But when you do have that right one that comes along, they compliment you. There's a lot of things that you guys do together, and she helps me, or, she may help him in certain ways. He may help her in certain ways. But marriage is a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that have gotten married, or a lot of people that are trying to get married, seeking marriage for the wrong reasons. And when you seek marriage for the wrong reasons, those are the ones that run off and get divorced, or, maybe not all the time, but a lot of times, those are the ones that run off and get divorced and talk down about marriage and say how marriage is such a bad thing and this and that and this and that. Marriage really isn't a bad thing. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Like I said, as long as you wait for that right one to come along. There's a lot of people out here that likes to play games as far as marriage is concerned. And when they're out here playing games, people get hurt. Marriages suffer behind people playing games. As far as we as men are concerned, and women as well, we have to exhibit self-control. Yes, there's a lot of temptations out there. Yes, there's a lot of... Sorry about that. The feed went out. I still haven't figured out why that is, but you know what? We're going to figure that out at some point. But like I said, as far as men and women, married men and women, we have to exhibit self-control, because if we do not exhibit self-control, we're going to hurt our loved ones. And in hurting our loved one, that just brings our marriage further and further down. It depreciates the value of our marriage. So exhibiting self-control is a huge thing as far as marriage is concerned. There's a lot of people out here that's, like I said, see eye candy, and they don't just see eye candy, they grab that eye candy. And when you grab that eye candy, like I said, it brings the value of your marriage down, because now there's a lot of distance or a lot of space between you and your mate, because you are accepting, or you are bringing someone else into your marriage, as opposed to just it being you and your spouse. You're bringing somebody else into your marriage, and when you bring that somebody else into your marriage, it's going to cause issues in the camp. Like I said, a lot of people play games. A lot of people do not exhibit self-control. And that leads to hurt. The purpose that you should have as far as your marriage is concerned is for your marriage to flourish. When you allow, the right way to allow your marriage to flourish, you and your spouse, or you and your wife, or you and your husband, she and I, when we allow God to do his thing in our life, he takes us further than we intended on going. He sets our goals higher. He causes us to achieve greatness in our marriage because of the fact that we laid down things, we allowed, Christ to, we allowed Christ to be the guiding path. We allowed him to be the shepherd. We allowed him to be the head. And because of that, he's allowing our marriage to flourish. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, everything ain't always peaches and cream. I disagree with myself sometimes. So, if I disagree with myself, my wife is going to disagree. She's going to disagree with some of the things, and vice versa. I don't always agree with, her point of view on everything. However, there's a healthy way to come together and to work through those things so that you guys can, drive on and continue to, make positive progress as far as your marriage is concerned. But like I said, when it comes down to it, we as men, you guys as women, we have to man and woman up. You're in a marriage, and you're in a marriage for a reason. If you're in that marriage to play games, you don't need to be in that marriage. Because like I said, people get hurt behind stuff like that. People have feelings. There's a lot as far as stepping out of your marriage, and people do get hurt. And what we're trying to do is, talk to people to help prevent or help keep people from, doing some of the faults or some of the things that we did in our marriage. Like I said, we're an open book. We share things on these live video feeds. We share things with you guys, and we share those things with you all to let you guys know that not every marriage is perfect. Don't get me wrong. You can work through things, and you can, drive forward and try to make the best of, as far as building once things have happened. But if you're, like I said, in that state of mind where you're just out there looking and trying to grab any and everything that comes by you or comes, beside you, you don't need to be married, because marriage is about exhibiting self-control and there being a oneness between you and your mate. Like I said, that's for both men and women.
That's right.
So, marital purpose, make sure, you seek yourself, talk it over with your mate, talk about some of the things that you guys are in the relationship for. Keep that focal point. And like she made mention of, make sure you guys put a vision where you want your marriage to go, some of the goals that you guys have, so that you guys can have a goal or something to aim towards or aim for. That's all I have, baby. Do you have anything else?
No. You want to mingle, stay single.
If you want to mingle, stay single.
Oh.
But like I said, thank you guys for tuning in for another segment of The Nail with John and Renee. I didn't mention this in the beginning, but if you don't know what the NAIL stands for, it simply means divorce is not an option. So, once again, it's your boy John. This is my beautiful wife Renee. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys visit our Facebook page. Divorce is not an option. There's marital exercises, marital quotes. There's as far as the exercises are concerned, we post up a new exercise every week, and when we post those exercises up, we do those exercises just like we're asking other people to do. But in addition to that, there's also different prizes and things of that nature that we do that's coming up. As a matter of fact, like I said, February 2019. I know we mentioned this in plenty of our videos before, but February 2019 for Valentine's Day, as a matter of fact, there's going to be a $500 gift card as well as a gift basket that's going to be given away at that time. So make sure you guys stay plugged in. Make sure you guys stay connected. Make sure you guys react, like, and love this video. Make sure you share this video with your family and friends. Share it on your pages, because like I said, what we're doing here is not just for the viewers that pop on. It's for everybody and to be shared abroad to assist and help with marriages. Sweetheart, did I miss anything?
No, baby. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. And make sure you guys, like I said, like, share, and love this. And we love you guys. And as always,
be blessed.